Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2020 mid-month general readings. This reading is for the water sign of Scorpio, or Scorpions, for the last half of July. Welcome everyone. I hope that you are all, as I always hope, safe and well during all the craziness we're all living through, trying to struggle through, staying as reasonably sane day by day as we can. I do appreciate you taking the time to tune in and watch these videos, and for everything that you have done and continue to do in support of this channel. Taking the time to watch the videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, donating to the channel, all very welcome and greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. So, this reading is for Scorpio for the last 2 weeks of July. Scorpio sun, moon, rising. If your Venus is in Scorpio, if you're cross-watching for a Scorpion as well. General readings, of course, resonate a little differently for everyone watching because you all have different lives with different things going on in them. How could they not? The energy fundamentally remains the same, but the details and specifics may sometimes vary in intensity. So if you know all of your signs, watch them. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Each one can be helpful in, clarifying or giving a little bit more insight overall to what's going on in your life. If you find that the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading or information. Just click on the description link below, click on that little arrow, you'll see my email address there, Maggie, McGuire@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me. I would be delighted to hear from you. I offer a wide variety of readings of all different types and lengths and areas of life and costs. And I can usually respond the same day or the first 24 hours. And as I do readings full time, it's all that I do, pretty diligent at working with your schedule in mind to get those readings set up in as timely a fashion as possible. Okay, Scorpio. Let's see what the last half of July has in store for you. I'm using Legacy of the Divine Tarot, and if I clarify, I will be using the Gilded Tarot Royale. All right, Scorpio, last half of July. We begin with the Ten of Swords, followed by the Seven of Swords, the Lovers, followed by the Four of Coins, or the Four of Pentacles. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Fool, and right behind it, which I'm going to take, is the Ace of Cups. Boy, I Scorpio, would really like to say that this was about work or something of that sort, but it looks flat out like relationship. Romantic relationship, secrecy and infidelity and cheating too, possibly. Somebody starting off on a brand new journey because they found new love and romance. That's one story that's playing out here. We have the Ten of Swords, which is a card often associated with betrayal, feeling thrown under the bus like you've been stabbed in the back. The positive aspect is that it's a 10. It's the worst it's going to get. It's coming to an end. It's at the end. The 10 represents cycle completion or achievement in the tarot. The 10 holds the absolute most of the energy of the element which governs that suit. Swords is air energy, mental, cerebral, intellectual energy, thoughts, ideas. So it's a card often associated with feeling like you've been stabbed in the back, thrown under the bus, betrayal. It can be in love and romance or anything else, but this looks like relationship distinctly. So what clarifies that is the Seven of Swords, which I sometimes comically, humorously refer to as my sneaky thief card. It can represent theft, exploitation, cheating, deception, lying. Fundamentally, it represents something being hidden. Somebody has a goal to achieve, and so in achieving that goal, all their ideas and actions and decisions are kept as secret as possible. So it's in order to achieve that. So it's a card for good or for bad, can represent, it represents something being concealed, something being hidden. Of course, I don't like to see it with the combination of the Ten of Swords, because that's where the betrayal comes from, is this deception, something being hidden. It might not be another person or a third party situation. Could be they lied about something else. But this is classic for cheating or infidelity, three-party situations. Excuse me. Excuse me. Choked on my own saliva there. Okay, sorry about that. So we have the Lovers, clarified and accompanied by the Four of Coins. The Lovers can represent a relationship. It's very kinetic, passionate in nature, no lack of heat here, but sometimes that can represent a pretty tumultuous, very up and down kind of relationship too. The Lovers also often represents needing to make a choice. In the early tarot decks, this wasn't even referred to as the Lovers, it was called the Choice or the Decision, and it showed a man standing in front of two women or vice versa. The implication being that a choice was going to have to be made, which was going to significantly affect, the lives of everyone involved. It's a card that can sometimes come up for three-party situations. It might not be that here, but it's going to be for some of you. And needing to choose, needing to make a decision that's either about a primary relationship or a decision about something else that's going to affect a primary relationship. Now, we have the Four of Coins underneath it, which is a card of withholding, of clutching what makes you feel safe and secure to you. Next to the Seven of Swords, if you look at it just from a money point of view, it's like somebody stealing, somebody taking as much as they can under the cover of night, and because it's what they need to make. They want to, it's a card of thievery, of taking from someone and of holding it just to yourself and not wanting to give out or share because that's what makes you feel safe. I mean, it could be too the Ten of Swords and the Lovers. This feels like an already established relationship. Somebody is feeling betrayed in this situation, Scorpio. And there's a decision that needs to be made about it. So what the betrayal is about, what the deception is about, can vary. It might be about a third-party situation because we have starting off on a brand new journey, maybe being a bit foolhardy about it because of new emotional beginnings. This is also a card that can represent new love and romance too. It might be a three-party situation where somebody is leaving somebody else for somebody new, and the person being left feels very betrayed because they were lied to, deceived, cheated on. Now, this could also be, in an established relationship, some deception came up. There was something that was found out because one person in the relationship literally stole either from, maybe somebody stole from you, or your partner stole from you, or vice versa. It could literally be, stealing or embezzling or property or something of that sort. Because these two cards together represent somebody taking, kind of this combination of cards together, somebody taking in a very sneaky way, kind of undercover, and keeping it, hiding it for themselves because they want it just for themselves, very selfish energy. And then we have, on the top here, we have, okay, well, because of that, somebody's feeling very betrayed and needing to make a decision about what's going to happen because of that. So if it's not infidelity and cheating, maybe a combination of that and money, maybe your partner left you or you left your partner and cleaned out the bank accounts too. It could be that. It's a very challenging reading, but it could be maybe that you found out that your partner or someone close to you, it could be your child, and that's affecting both of you and your partner together. Maybe somebody stole or embezzled or hid something or got into trouble or was being deceitful. This is a general reading and there's a lot of you watching. So the nature of the deceit, the nature of what was taken, the nature of the betrayal is going to vary. A decision needs to be made. This is a card of this is a card combination of throwing caution to the wind to start over again new. whether on your own because you've had a wake-up call and you need your own emotional renewal, and because the Ace of Cups can sometimes represent the beginning of a better self-love and self-care and self-value, and just kind of saying, okay, because you did all this, I'm out of here. Or it could be leaving for new love and romance, or some combination of that. But the decision needs to be made. Okay, let's clarify. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords, Seven of Swords energy. Very difficult, challenging energy. What is the nature of this Ten of Swords? What's this about? It looks so difficult, Scorpio, that I almost don't want to know, but I need to because you need to. For those of you for whom, I'm waiting for, well, or you already know, actually, because it looks like this is playing out. Page of Wands, the Magician, and the Five of Swords. I mean, it looks like somebody, casting illusions, which is what the Magician does. The Magician can be a very positive card, but it can be very negative too, because the Magician is ultimately a master trickster. He's a master at illusions, which can be positive or negative. It feels negative here. That Seven of Swords under cover of the full moon, in this deck anyway. So somebody creating a false illusion while there was something else going on behind the scenes. That's what's led to this sense of betrayal and feeling stabbed in the back. The Page of Wands can be somebody who's acting rashly, immaturely, spontaneously. It can also represent a child if somebody got somebody pregnant and you're just finding out about it. The Five of Swords is somebody here with this betrayal and sneaky energy. The Five of Swords here would be a more challenging energy than it sometimes often is. This would represent somebody who wants to get what they want at all costs, regardless of who they hurt in the process. I just really, if this is you're the one that somebody did this to, I am so sorry, because it looks really difficult. So the Lovers, the choice. And herein is where we're going to get the advice too, because I'm going to ask advice for the Lovers. Advice for Scorpio. What should they do, or what should they focus on to make their decision? Queen of Wands. She knows what she wants and she goes after it. She knows how to do it. She doesn't dilly-dally around. The Three of Wands. Going after what you want and waiting patiently for what you want. The Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. Ace of Swords and the World. The Star. Okay. So, if this were just a personal reading for a client, I could say definitively, Spirit is suggesting that you, or perhaps in a general reading, that the majority of you need to focus on, because of all this information that's come out, this revealing, this secrets being revealed and all of that stuff. The World is the last major arcana card in the tarot. It represents that you're done, a cycle, major cycle is completed, and it's time to move on to the next level. And the star says trust in that path of moving forward. I mean, it feels like, and the decision, of course, I can't tell you what to do. I can only present as much information and channel messages as I get, so that whatever decision you make, you do it with your eyes open. Some of you may continue to invest in this relationship. Some of you may not. It looks like the general advice from Spirit is that you need to call this done and move on and focus on your financial and material security as well. It's time to have a new beginning. It's time to, get a better grasp, begin to get a better grasp on your own self-worth and self-value, and it's time to go. Don't be completely foolhardy though, because the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands as advice would represent to be assertive, dynamic, and also make sure that your financial and material security is set in place as well, because it looks like this is a situation which, for many of you, maybe not all of you, but for many of you, Spirit is saying, yeah, this one needs to be kind of done. Yeah, it looks very challenging. But the Star card is a card of restored hope, faith, and optimism, and it is somewhat similar to the Fool in that the connective thread is a childlike faith and trust that by doing what's best for you, the best thing for you, to remove yourself from this energy, even if you don't know if there's anything else out, what lies in front of you, it's about having that childlike hope and faith that because you're making healthy decisions, even if they're scary, making healthy decisions, that Spirit is going to meet and match that, and you're on a path of health and joy and fulfillment, because this is not it. This is, if somebody is doing this to you, it's time to go. I mean, I don't have a vote, but if I did, I'd vote kind of go for those of you for whom that this is resonating for. So, Scorpio, that is your reading for the last half of July. I'm not going to say I hope you enjoyed it, because this one, that's what happened. I mean, sometimes these things happen, right? I'm not going to say I hope you enjoyed it, because how could you? It looks like a very difficult, painful, challenging bit of time to go through, but there is hope on the other side of it. The general advice seems to be, you've done everything you can in this situation, and it's definitely time to move on into a new start, regardless of whether you know what that new start is or not. It's time to start putting one foot in front of the other, self-worth, self-value. So I hope it's been helpful in that regard, Scorpio. Again, if you're interested in taking a deeper look at something, or reaching out for a personal reading, just click on the little arrow below, which will give you my email address, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August 2020 general readings. I wish you all the best, love, joy, and blessings. Stay safe and well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.